If you hear this on the phone, say these three words and hang up immediately. Your phone rings, you answer. The person on the other end says a certain phrase. The moment you hear that phrase, before you explain yourself, before you ask any questions, before you try to be polite, you say three words and you hang up. Those three words are simply, I am hanging up. You say them clearly, calmly, and then you end the call. Today, I am going to teach you the 7 red flag phrases that should trigger those three words every single time you hear them. If you learn to recognize these phrases and act on them immediately, you can protect yourself from 99% of phone scams targeting Americans right now. These are not random or obscure tactics. These are the exact phrases being used by scammers right now to steal billions of dollars from people every year. And the people losing that money are not people who are careless or unintelligent. They are people who simply did not know what to listen for. After this video, that will not be you. Before we get into the 7 phrases, hit subscribe right now, because this channel is dedicated to protecting you and the people you love from exactly this kind of threat. Share this video with one family member or friend before this video ends, because the person who needs this most might be someone who would never search for it on their own. Now let us get into it. Phrase 1, can you hear me? This is the most dangerous phrase on this entire list. And it is dangerous for a reason that most people would never guess on their own. The caller says hello in a friendly voice, pauses, and then asks, can you hear me? It sounds like a completely innocent technical question. Maybe there's a bad connection. Maybe they are calling from a noisy environment. Your natural, automatic, polite response is to say yes, and that yes is exactly what they came for. Here's what happens next. Scammers record your voice saying yes. They now have an audio clip of you in your own voice saying the word yes. Then they use that recording in a completely different context. When a company calls to verify a transaction or a service and asks, do you approve this charge? The scammers play your recorded yes as though it is your real-time response to that question. Your voice, your yes, used to authorize something you never agreed to. The recording can also be used to create false authorization records that are extremely difficult to dispute after the fact, because your voice is on the recording. So what do you do the moment you hear, can you hear me? You say those three words, I am hanging up. And then you do exactly that. You do not answer the question. You do not say yes or no or maybe or anything else, because any answer you give could be clipped and repurposed. A real caller, a legitimate business, a doctor's office, your bank, your insurance company, they do not open with, can you hear me? They open with something like, hello, this is Sarah calling from Dr. Johnson's office to confirm your appointment tomorrow. They identify themselves immediately. They give you a reason for the call in the first sentence. The can you hear me opening is a trap, and now you know what phrase 2. This is your final notice. This is your final notice before legal action. Final warning, last chance to respond. These phrases are designed to do one specific thing, and they are very good at doing it. They are designed to make you panic. When you hear final notice, your nervous system responds, something urgent is happening. Something bad is about to occur if you do not act right now. That urgency is the entire point. A panicked person does not think clearly. A panicked person does not take the time to verify the caller's identity or call back on an official number. A panicked person responds immediately to whatever the caller asks for next. Here's the reality that stops the panic cold. Real companies and real government institutions do not deliver final notices over the phone. The IRS sends certified mail. Social Security sends official correspondence. Your bank sends written notices. A genuine legal proceeding involves official documents served through official channels. There is no legitimate organization operating in the United States that delivers a final legal notice through an unsolicited phone call. None. So when you hear final notice or final warning or last chance on an incoming call, you already know everything you need to know about that call. It is a scam. You say those three words and you hang up. If there were a real issue with your taxes, your benefits, or any legal matter, you would have received an official written notice long before anyone called you. Phrase 3, your Social Security number has been suspended. This phrase sounds genuinely frightening. Your Social Security number, the number tied to your identity, your benefits, your entire financial history has been suspended due to suspicious activity. You need to verify your information immediately or face serious consequences. Law enforcement may already be involved. The clock is ticking. Every single word of that scenario is fabricated, and here is the most important thing to understand about it. A Social Security number cannot be suspended. That system does not exist. The Social Security Administration does not have the authority or the technical infrastructure to suspend your number. It has never happened to anyone. It cannot happen to anyone. It is not a real thing. Scammers use this phrase specifically because most people do not know that Social Security numbers cannot be suspended. They rely on your uncertainty. They rely on the fact that you would rather be safe than sorry when it involves something as important as your Social Security number. When you hear this phrase, you are 100% certain it is a scam because the thing they are describing is literally impossible. There is no version of this call that is legitimate. You say those three words, you hang up immediately, and if you want to be extra careful, you call the Social Security Administration directly at their official number to confirm that your account is completely fine, which it will be. Phrase 4, do not hang up or you will be arrested. This is the threat escalation. The scammer senses you might be pulling away, so they reach for the most powerful tool they have, which is fear of law enforcement. If you hang up, an arrest warrant will be issued. Police are already on the way to your home. Federal agents have been notified your cooperation is required by law. These are the phrases designed to freeze you in place to make you feel that ending the call itself is an illegal act that will trigger real consequences. Real law enforcement does not work this way. Actual police officers, federal agents, and legal authorities do not call you on the phone and threaten you with arrest if you do not keep talking to them. Arrest warrants are issued through official judicial processes and served through official law enforcement channels. They are not announced over an unsolicited phone call. Real law enforcement does not need to keep you on the line. If they have a legitimate reason to contact you, they will reach you through official means and they will have documentation. A phone threat is not documentation. It is a scam technique. The moment you hear, do not hang up or you will be arrested, you say those three words and you hang up. Then if you feel any genuine concern at all, you call your local police department directly using a number you looked up yourself, not a number the caller provided. Phrase 5, press 1 to speak with an agent. This one arrives through a recall. There is a recorded voice. It is smooth and urgent. It tells you there is an issue with your account, a problem with your insurance, a suspicious charge on your card, a situation that requires your immediate attention. All you have to do is press 1 to be connected with an agent who can help you resolve it right away. The moment you press 1, one of two things happens. Either you are connected to a live scammer who is going to spend the next several minutes extracting as much personal and financial information from you as possible, or you are connected to a premium rate phone line that begins charging you per minute without your knowledge. Neither outcome is good. Both are intentional. This is a robocall system, and it is built entirely around the hope that you will press that button. The recorded voice is the bait. Pressing 1 is the trap. Real companies that need to reach you about a genuine account issue do not do it through robocall systems that ask you to press a number to continue. If there is a real problem with your account at any institution, you can call them directly using the official number on the back of your card, on their official website, or on your official account statement. You never need to respond to an incoming RUC call to resolve a legitimate issue. When you hear press 1, you hang up without pressing anything at all. You do not press 2 to be removed from the list either. That tells them the number is active and results in more calls. Phrase 6, we need to verify your information. The caller introduces themselves as being from your bank, your insurance provider, Medicare, a government agency, or any organization that sounds legitimate. And then they say, we just need to verify a few pieces of information for your security. Let me confirm your Social Security number. What are the last 4 digits of your credit card? Can you verify your date of birth and your mother's maiden name? They frame it as security. They frame it as protection. They make it sound like they are calling to help you. Here is the fundamental reality that exposes every version of this call. Real companies and real organizations that already have your account do not need to call you to get your information. They already have it. Your bank, knows your account number. Your insurance company has your social security number on file. Medicare has your date of birth. They do not need you to read it back to them over an incoming phone call. The only entity that needs your information over the phone is an entity that does not already have it, and an entity that does not already have it is not the company they are claiming to be. You hang up and you call the organization directly using an official number you found yourself. You never give personal information to an incoming caller, regardless of who they say they are. Phrase 7, you've won a prize. But first, the excitement arrives immediately. Congratulations, you have been selected. Ben, you have won 5,000, a vacation package, a gift card. Something wonderful has happened to you, and all you need to do is claim it, and then come the words that end it all. But first, you need to provide your bank account number for the deposit. You need to pay a small processing fee of $99 to receive your winnings. You need to verify your identity by providing your social security number. You need to cover the shipping and handling for your prize package. Real prizes and real winnings never require you to pay anything up front. Real lotteries, real contests, real sweepstakes do not ask the winner to pay a processing fee before receiving their prize. The model does not work that way. If you genuinely won something, it arrives. You do not have to pay to get it. The moment any prize announcement includes the words, but first followed by any financial request or personal information request, the prize is not real. The only thing real about that call is the scammer on the other end and the money they are trying to extract from you. You say those 3 words and you hang up. Now let me give you the golden rule that ties all 7 phrases together into a single protective habit. I call it the 3-second test. When you answer any call from a number you do not recognize, you listen for the first 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, you are listening for specific signals, a robotic or recorded sounding voice. The words, can you hear me now? An instruction to press a number, the phrase final notice, any expression of urgency or threat. If any of those signals appear in the first 3 seconds, the call is over. You say those 3 words and you hang up. You do not wait for more context. You do not give them a chance to explain. You do not try to determine whether this specific call might be the one exception. You hang up. The comparison that makes this clear is simple. A scammer opens with, "Can you hear me?" or "Press 1 for an important message," or "This is your final notice." A real caller opens with, "Hi, this is Sarah from Dr. Johnson's office. We are calling to confirm your appointment tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon." Real callers identify themselves by name and organization. In the first sentence, they explain the reason for the call immediately. They do not ask for sensitive information. They do not create urgency. They do not threaten consequences for ending the call. When you hear the difference laid out, that clearly you realize you have always been able to recognize it. You just needed someone to tell you what to listen for. Let me tell you about William. William is 73 years old and lives in Michigan. He is sharp, careful, and cautious in most areas of his life, but one afternoon his phone rang and a recorded voice said, "This is the Social Security Administration. Your Social Security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity associated with criminal investigations. Please press 1 to speak with an officer immediately to resolve this matter." The William before his grandson sat him down and walked him through these red flag phrases. Might have pressed 1. He might have stayed on the line trying to sort out what was happening to his number, his benefits, his financial security, but his grandson had taught him SSN suspended, red flag. William said those 3 words, "I am hanging up." He ended the call. He searched the number on Google and found it listed on multiple scam reporting websites with hundreds of victim reports. With one simple rule applied at exactly the right moment, William protected himself from what could have been thousands of dollars in losses and potentially the theft of his identity. William's story is not unusual. It is happening every day to people who are careful, intelligent, and attentive, but who simply did not know what the red flag sounded like until someone showed them. Now you know, and now you can show someone else. Here are the 7 phrases one final time so they are locked in your memory. Can you hear me? Hang up. This is your final notice. Hang up. Your social security number has been suspended. Hang up. Do not hang up or you will be arrested. Hang up. Press 1 to speak with an agent. Hang up. We need to verify your information. Hang up. You have won a prize, but first hang up. In every case, those 3 words, first I am hanging up, and then you hang up. You now know something that could protect you or someone you love from losing everything to a phone call, but this information is only useful if it reaches the right people. Think right now about one person in your life, a parent, a grandparent, an aunt or uncle, a neighbor who you know gets a lot of phone calls and who might not know these phrases. Share this video with them today, not later, right now before you close this tab. That share might be the most important thing you do for someone you care about this week.